Hey, this is Dr. Dave here. I just got through making a run to the Dollar Tree, and if you're a prepper like me, the Dollar Tree is one of your favorite places because we can't all afford to buy everything by mail order and in bulk, and I think even Costco has it where you can buy a pallet load of 1 year's supply of food, which for most of us would be about 3 months for you men out there who are like me and eat way more than we need to, or just enough. And so this Dollar Tree run, I want to show you a few things I got. And so if you're doing prepping on the cheap, this is the best place to go for some of these supplies. Now, some of you would say, don't ever buy your medical supplies at the Dollar Tree. Well, I say that most medical supplies are meant to be consumable, one-use items. And, if it's got your blood or juices on it, I don't want to reuse it. I'm not going to try to wash out the gauze. In a grid down situation, I still don't want your juices on anything that's touching my intimate body parts. And so I like to buy consumable supplies from the Dollar Tree when I can, and this is one of them. Rolled gauze, and let's see, 3-inch wide, 7, look, this stuff is so cheap, it's got like 7,6 centimeters, and so comes from somewhere else, but you know what? It absorbs a lot of blood, or you can use it for plenty of other things. Super cheap at the Dollar Tree. I got 1, 2, 3. I got a few of them, but I got 5 kids. And so if something bad happens, which often does on the bicycle or something else, or if I push them out of a tree, if they fall out of a tree, we got plenty of gauze. We can even tie these kids back together like Frankenstein. And so that's the gauze. Another cheap thing you can buy at the Dollar Tree, that it may not be your preferred brand of soap. For some of you men out there like that gentle, girly soap on your man parts. That's really gross, and you should use lava soap down there instead. But that stuff ain't cheap either. But for prepping, for your storage, I would just recommend buy some cheap Dollar Tree dial soap. It's antibacterial. You got 2 bars in here. They feel like the full-size bars, not like hotel size, where you use it to wash both armpits and the soap's gone. This is like a full-size bar. So not my favorite soap. I'm an Irish Spring kind of guy, or some Old Spice, but this is great for the stores. So there's that. Now, something I'd avoid at all costs, if I can, is flossing. My dentist always, but when she or he says, do you floss regularly? I start laughing at him, because no, I don't. That's why I'm here. So you can do your job and you'll get your money's worth. I'll make sure you get your money's worth. But you can buy bags of these things. When I do floss, and it's not often, I buy my flossers at the Dollar Tree. And look here, guess what I found? Did you know the Dollar Tree has a book section? It's like a redneck Books A Million. You can go there, and they've got these really cheap dollar books, and most of them are horrible. And the reason they're at the Dollar Tree is because nobody wanted to buy them at the store, even at discount price, and they end up there. But every now and then you can find a gem. Oh, and you can also buy Bibles there. They're there because they're so cheap and easy to print. Great place to buy Bibles if you're giving those out, or put them in goodie bags, or maybe your little heathen kids need to read a little more of God's Word. You can give them cheap Bibles until they earn the nice leather-bound thing. But hey, look what I found. The Right Kind of Crazy by Clint Emerson. So I actually wanted to read this book when it came out, because the guy is he's a little crazy, and I kind of like him. And so I saw the book at Barnes & Noble, and let's see, man, it doesn't even say. What was regular hardback brand new book price was $28. $28. And so I bought this for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and that way I can read it. And the guy has some great videos too. He had one out recently. It was like the top 10 prepper things you can do with a tampon, and he even mentioned rectal concealment. And so you got to watch that video. It's just something I'm probably never going to do, but funny to see him just sitting there talking about it like it's perfectly normal. And if I'm not mistaken, he's actually saying like, yeah, I've done this once or twice and works great. But man, not only do I not want to use your used gauze, but I don't want to be using anything that came out of the inside of you. And so let's see what else I got. Oh, another bag, more gauze, more roll gauze. And I've got one princess in the family, and so we bought some Band-Aids, and you know what? One of my kids already has about 10 of them on him before football practice. Little incident there, and so he used up most of my Band-Aids, and he took them. But with my princess, I don't buy the cheap Band-Aids. Well, actually, I always buy the cheap Band-Aids. Single-use medical items, yep. But for my princess, I at least buy pretty ones. They had Wonder Woman Band-Aids at the Dollar Tree. They also had Monster High, but those Monster High girls were just a little, what's the word for it? A little too slutty for my little girl to be wearing all over her body, and so Wonder Woman's a little cooler. And just remember, folks, not all heroes wear capes. Wonder Woman doesn't have a cape. She's a hero, so. And then, just for me, you know, you got to always do something just for yourself. And so when I go to the Dollar Tree, my favorite snack in the world is almost always, usually most of the time, out of stock. Maybe other people like them too. Maybe they're hard to get. Maybe I just buy too many and they're way more sodium than I need, but guess what? Spicy peanuts. Love these things. They also have one that comes in a green package, chili lemon spice, or is it chili lime spice? It's chili something spice. And so really good. Don't ever try them though. Don't ever try them though, because if I go to my Dollar Tree and I can't find them, I'm going to know you saw my video and you bought my peanuts and they're out of stock because of you. But you got to do something for yourself. So Dollar Tree's got all kinds of neat stuff. They've got like single serving sparkling apple juice, some energy drinks for you folks that can't survive without your monsters, and some really neat stuff. But for you preppers out there, medical supplies, great place to get them, and also some good hygiene stuff. So y'all take care. This is Dr. Dave signing out, and if we ever meet up in the apocalypse, I will bring the coffee, you bring the gummy bears. See you then.